Hey there, I'm Jill from the Washington Avenue branch. Today I'm going to be offering you some fantasy graphic novel recommendations for kids and teens. More specifically, these are all stories featuring magic of some sort or another. We hope you enjoy getting lost in these other worlds. So let's get going. First up, we have a couple of picks for kids. So our first kid pick is Hotel Dare, written by Terry Bloss and illustrated by Claudia Aguirre. This can be found digitally on Hoopla. The story follows Olive, Darwin, and Charlotte, who are spending a boring summer doing chores at their grandma's creepy hotel. When they discover that the doors in the hotel open into strange worlds full of magic and mystery, they're faced with the task of saving each other and their family as the worlds start to collide. A story of adventure and the power of family. Next up, we have Fish Girl, written and illustrated by David Weisner and Donna Jo Napoli. This can be found digitally on Overdrive as well as in our branches. The story follows Fish Girl, a mermaid stuck in a tank on a boardwalk, whose growing friendship with a human girl has her longing for freedom and independence. A story of growing up and finding yourself. Our third pick is Amulet, Book 1, The Stonekeeper. This is written and illustrated by Kazu Kibushi. This can be found in our branches. In this story, we follow Emily and her family, who are moving into their late great-grandfather's house after the death of Emily's dad. Something is wrong with the house, and one night a creature is drawing Emily's mom to the basement. Emily and her brother follow their mom and find themselves in a whole world of robots, monsters, talking animals, and more. Join Emily as she goes to find her mom and learns why there is a portal in her great-grandpa's basement. This is the first book in a series, so you can follow Emily in many more adventures. Lastly, for our kid picks, we have Baba Yaga's Assistant, written by Markia Mikula and illustrated by Emily Carroll. This can be found in the branches. The story follows Marcia, who wants to go on an adventure, and who has heard that Baba Yaga is in need of an assistant. Marcia was clever enough to find and enter Baba Yaga's house, but is she brave enough to complete the task in front of her to become an assistant? All right, and now we have some recommendations for teens. First up, we have Mooncakes, written by Suzanne Walker and illustrated by Emily Zhu. This can be found digitally on Hoopla as well as in the branches. It's a story of magic, family, and love. Nova Huang knows a lot about witchcraft, so when her friend, an old-time crush, Tam Lang, a werewolf, needs help battling dark forces that are taking over their town, Nova steps in to help. Next, we have Grimoire Noir, written by Vera Green Tea and illustrated by Yana Bogatach. This can be found digitally on Overdrive and in the branches. The story follows Bucky Orson, a moody teen living in the town of Blackwell, where all the girls are witches. When his little sister goes missing, he starts to investigate the strange town, and he uncovers some weird history and controversies that will change the place forever. Our third pick is The Backstagers, written by James Tinian IV and illustrated by Rian Sieg. This can be found digitally on Hoopla and in the branches. The story follows Jory, a teen who transfers to a new school and discovers friendship and community in the stage crew, known as the Backstagers. Along with his friends, he also discovers an entire magical world behind the curtain. There are 4 issues in this one, so you have many magical adventures. And lastly, we have Super Mutant Magic Academy, written and illustrated by Jillian Tamaki. This can be found in our branches. The Super Mutant Magic Academy is a prep school for mutants and witches. And while the students are not totally human, they're very much regular teens dealing with identity crises, fitting in, and figuring themselves out. A humor-filled and heartfelt look at teenagehood. Those are all the recommendations we have for you. As a reminder, curbside pickup is now available at Harbor Hill, Bach, Delaware, Howe, and Pine Hills. So if you want a book that's not available digitally, you can request books through the online catalog or over the phone at the branch of your choice. Happy reading!